Over the years, we've seen many riders come from MXGP and try to make a successful career here in America. In the modern era, we've seen guys like Porcel, Roxon, and Ferrandis all come over and win championships. And this motocross season, we have quite a few guys coming over. We see Benoit Petrel has signed with HEP, and it looks like Valentin Gilles will be starting the series and looking for a ride. But there's one rider in particular on Team Triumph that I'm just a little extra excited to see how they can do. If you guys are anything like me, you probably passively follow the MXGP series, but you're not following it week in and week out. Or maybe you just don't watch it at all. Either way, I feel like there's a lot of us out there who don't know much about Mikkel. So I just wanted to put together a quick video giving you guys a quick little background of what his story is and what to watch for as he comes into the season. So looking at Mikkel, he is 23 years old right now, and that is especially significant because that means that since his birthday was last year, he essentially aged out of MX2 last season. And with him being on Team Triumph, they didn't have a 450 ready to go for him to race this season. But it would seem that they're pretty happy to have him on the team, and they did not want to lose him, so they came up with this plan to bring him to the States to race in the 250 class this season. It would seem that there was actually some potential that he could race Supercross, but it sounds like he injured himself early on in Supercross testing. But it does sound like he's been back on the bike for quite a while, and he's been prepping for motocross for the majority of the season. Looking back at his career, he debuted in the MX2 class in 2019, and he's been progressing throughout his career, with his best season being 2024 when he was riding for Team Triumph. We do also have an interesting comparison back to 2022 when Tom Vial was still in the class, and we have him finishing as high up as second overall, right behind Tom Vial. That being said, his results that year were very inconsistent, but he's consistently been on the podium multiple times a year, and just last season he finished 5th overall in the championship. He seemed to have greatly improved the consistency issues that he had back in 2022, but with all that being said, his best overall finish is still a second place. So it is still pretty tricky to say exactly where he'll be finishing. I would expect a bit of a mixed bag of results, especially as he gets used to this system, the way that the races are ran all in one day, as well as the heat. But I do think you could easily make the argument that he's probably the best guy on the team, at least in motocross. We'll be able to find out for sure as they line up this weekend, but he'll be lining up alongside Jordan Smith, Austin Faulkner, and Styles Robertson, and it sounds like Jalek Swoll should be returning as soon as round 4 or 5. So that will be really cool to see, and they're all great riders, but I do expect him to probably be the best one out of all 5 of them. Just exactly how good, like I said, remains to be seen, but what I'm really curious to see is if they actually send him back to MXGP next year when they have a 450 ready for him, or does he end up staying over here and racing in the 250 class? Either way, it's really cool to see guys like him coming over here and adding depth to the field, and it's really cool to see Team Triumph supporting a 5-man factory team. With all that being said, let me know where you guys think he'll be finishing. Do you think he's a top 5 guy, top 10, top 15? Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.